Hello folks, I'm Nemo and welcome to my video on how to install and prepare Starsector for modding. Given all the new interest at the moment with Starsector, I thought I would update my video with information on how to install and mod Starsector, also with some suggestions of what mods would be ideal for a person who's just starting out, so that they don't have any problems trying to get used to the game. First things first, how to buy Starsector. We go to fractalsoftworks.com. the developer of Starsector. You can buy it over there, and once you've bought it or have a key, I'm afraid to say the key that Seth put out at the end of his video I think has now been blocked, but if you pre-order it there you can get the key at the moment. Yeah, so you download it there, fractalsoftworks.starsector.com. You see that down here the latest version at the moment is 0.9.1a release candidate 8. I've already downloaded and installed the file. Files here in my D drive, Starsector tutorials, where I've currently put it, and then you install it like you would anything else. Computer will go, "Excuse me, are you sure you want to run this?" And you go, "Yes, thank you." And you just install it as you would anything else. No desktop oven for me, I've already got one, thank you. There, yes, thank you, and no shortcuts for me, thank you very much. Then you install it like you would anything else on your computer. If you've never installed anything on your computer before, Starsector is a hell of a place to start, but enjoy yourself. It's a pretty fast process, and once that's done, that's Starsector installed. And Starsector Vanilla is a fantastic experience. First thing you do, of course, is make sure it runs. At this point, if you've never played the game before, it'll ask you for a key. Again, Seth's key doesn't work anymore. You got one when you pre-ordered it. Pick your resolution. Some people have reported a couple of issues with 4K resolutions. I don't have a 4K monitor, so I can't comment on that, but I think there are some workarounds on the official forums you can check. Screen sound, no mods at the moment, we haven't installed any, just play Starsector and wait for my capture software to catch up. There you go, thank you very much. And come on. Thank you. Boom, done. It runs, we have 0.9.1a, our release candidate 8, fantastic. That is basically vanilla Starsector. You can just click New Game, you go to tutorials. I recommend tutorials so that you learn a little bit what you're doing. Starsector has a huge mod scene that vastly improves and adds stuff onto a really fantastic framework. To install mods, you'll need to increase the amount of memory that Java has access to. Starsector runs in Java, and you need to increase the amount of memory it has access to. So the first thing you do is the file VM params. You'll need to edit that. So before you edit it, you're going to get a quick backup. Then you can edit it. I'm going to use Notepad++, but you can use whatever you want. And there you go, we've opened it up. And a lot of stuff about Java in here, you don't care about any of that. You care about these numbers over here. You care about XMS and XMX. These are the numbers that control how much memory your Java has access to. You start off at a gig and a half, 1,500 meg. And you want to increase that if you want to modify your Starsector. Now, the rules for this are: you do not want to go above 8 gig. Also, you don't want to go above half your maximum RAM on your computer. So if you have 8 gigs of RAM in your computer, you want to put this up to 4 gigs of memory to Java. If you have more than that, you want to go up to 8 maybe, but not above 8. So I'm going to go up to the full 8 gigs, which is 8192 megabytes, which is 8 gigabytes of RAM, because binary is odd like that. Same thing over here. Oop. Make sure you get exactly what you want to get. 8192 megabytes. Save that. Done. Now that you want to get some mods, we want to go back to the Fractal Softworks, and we're going to go to Forums. You're going to go to Mods. These are all the mods, all the threads. It can get a little bit hectic looking around, so we go to Mod Index Categorized, which automatically lists, I won't say all the mods on the forums, because it's a huge forums, but it definitely does the most prominent mods and also organizes them by which ones are likely to work. There are lots of mods here, you can have a lot of choice. So I'm going to do some lists of what would be some basic mods and some more advanced mods, etc. So the first few mods are mods that will not change your gameplay much, if at all. They are basically quality of life mods that'll make your life a little bit easier and make it a little bit easier for you to get to grips with the base game. I know it can be very tempting to grab all the mods in the world and put them in all the new factions, but if you have no idea what you're doing, you're going to be so swarmed by choice that you're going to be lost. It happens a lot with comments in my videos. If you want to do it, go ahead. So this is my suggestions for the basic list. Basic list, you want to have autosave, which reminds you to save. Common radar, which basically, if you've watched my streams, it gives you that radar in the bottom right corner of the screen in combat. Very, very useful. Console commands, which basically activates a console and gives you a list of commands in there you can deal with. And also you want... there's 6 of them here. What do I want? I want version checker, absolutely. Version checker just makes sure other mods are up to date. And speed up, right? Now, I said 6 because why? Autosave, like several other mods, has a required mod inside it. Whenever you install a mod, go to the mod and then see what's required. You can just download them. And I'm going to put them in Starsector tutorial mods. And I put the zip files straight in there. I'm going to grab a lot of them. So we've got them all downloaded over here. And now we just quickly unzip whatever you want to use. I use 7-zip. Done. You just go back into Starsector, click over here, turn them on, and boom, your mods are activated. You can just type them on one at a time. You can clear them all out. You can turn them off, turn them on again. These are the 6 mods I recommend for the most basic of runs that basically just add a little bit of functionality to your game without impacting gameplay. The intermediate list of mods, once you're used to a couple of game's basics, doesn't really change a lot of the gameplay, but adds a lot of really cool graphical updates to the game and sort of audio updates that'll help make your experience just more pleasant. So first things first, we start off with Graphics Lib. Graphics Lib is a graphics library. It makes your game look a lot nicer, and other more advanced mods can make use of this for weapon effects and so forth. Also, that Audio Plus adds a lot of soundtracks to the game. Next on the list, I would add Combat Chatter. Combat Chatter requires, just lets your ships say things on the top left of the screen that say if they're half hull or if they're taking hull damage, they're half hull strength, they've been overloaded. It lets you know just by some kind of a chat engine what's actually happening to your other ships without having to check on them personally. We also have upgraded rotary weapons. Is just a small graphical tweak for some of the spinning weapons in the game that makes them look a little bit better. Unknown Skies adds new graphics for new planet types and etc. Not a real big gameplay change, but it looks pretty good. And also we have Magic Lib, which will be required for some of the mods as well. At this point, you can start putting in some of the, what I would like to call simpler faction mods, mods that don't actually add a new faction, but expand current content. And I would recommend for this specific bit, Disassemble, Reassemble, Ship Weapon Pack, Ludic Enhancement mod, and also if you're feeling a little bit brave, you can grab Underworld as well. And once you're finally used to all the mods you've had so far, and you've had some time playing with the game, it's time for the true challenge of Starsector to begin, and a lot of that will start with Nexarolin. Nexarolin is the mod that most people use when playing Starsector. This is the mod that adds 4x game features to Starsector. This is the mod that will have factions waging war against each other rather than just skirmishing in space. This is the mod that will add you conquering enemy planets, conquering enemy stations. This is the mod that adds diplomacy events, etc. This is the mod that lets you join a faction or start your own faction. This is the mod that turns an economic space sim with a bit of combat into a proper full-on make my faction the best faction, wipe out everybody else. It is a huge step up from regular Starsector, so people who just jump into Nexarolin without nothing can get a bit overwhelmed, which is why I recommended that you start with the basic stuff, get used to the game, get used to combat, get used to making the sort of choices you will need to be making in the game with regards to ship design, with regards to fighting in combat, with regards to fleet compositions before grabbing Nexarolin, which will really test what you know of the game. And once you've got Nexarolin installed, go nuts, you know? Once you get that, look at all the mods, look at what factions you'd like to put in. I have my personal preferences. If you go into my playthroughs, there's my mod list always there available in the stream, or you can go into my Discord and ask for the mod list there. There's the Starsector Discord as well. There's the Starsector forums. By this point, if you've gotten to this stage, you can add whatever you want. I've got my personal preferences for factions. I like Blackrock Drive Yards. It has my favorite ship in the game. DME, Diabol, also fantastic factions. Imperium, Junk Pirates, Archnisis, Outer Rim Alliance, Psy, Shadow Yards, all fantastic factions that I really enjoy, but there's everything that works in blue will work, and at this point, you are the boss of your own game. It's your game, you bought it, you played it, you installed it, you got control. Enjoy yourself. Any questions at all, you can ask in the comments here, you can hop into my Discord, you can hop into the Starsector Discord. Enjoy yourself. I will catch you all next time, folks. See you then. Bye-bye.